Hello, you are watching the Garden Corner Show. And as you know, this is the show where we are crazy passionate about everything gardening. The only problem is we're very, very real. I am J-Dog John Carstrom. I'm out here with Mr. Dave and T-Bird. He's sitting there patiently waiting for this video to get done so he can have some hot cocoa. Hey, I want to say this is a big, big deal for us today because we actually are naming the basket. We've come to some sort of conclusion, and I want to tell you, this has been an experience of a lifetime. This is really quite amazing. Don't you think so, Mr. Dave? It is. He's saying it is. Because we got so many suggestions on our hanging baskets. Now, these are the baskets, as you know, that we hang throughout the entire Portland metro area, as far down south as, I want to say, Roseburg and Myrtle Creek. Hi, guys, down there. And all the way up to Seattle as well. We ship some up over there. Pretty much we cover the entire Portland metro area from Beaverton to Lake Oswego to Tualatin to Wilsonville to Hillsdale, Old Town, Pearl District. You see some hanging baskets. It's pretty much our hanging baskets, I like to say. But our problem, as you know too, was what do we name these guys? And I want to give a very, very special thank you to all the fans out there for just giving suggestions. And we took every single one of them very, very seriously. That's why it took us so long, because we got so many. And some of you really, you punched in 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 suggestions. And again, we went through every single one. And I want to announce the big winner. And it goes to, believe it or not, to Susan Gillick. Susan, you are our big winner. You named our baskets. The official name is our Flowering Passion Baskets. Congratulations. You get the $100 gift certificate. And we're going to throw in one of our baskets as well. But even more, just because we were so warmed and so grateful for all the suggestions, I want to give a $10 gift certificate to anyone who punched in a name. So you guys deserve it. So what a great gardening community. So congratulations, guys. And we're calling it our Flowering Passion Basket. So you were saying something? Nope. I want to tell you some helpful hints on the baskets. Let's go over some points on how to really make these guys shine, really make them work for you so that they're really blooming all through the season. So one thing I want to cover today is about watering. It seems really simple, right? But I want to give you tips on how we water. And what we do is, number one, is actually pick out the tool that really works best for you and make it really, really simple for you to do. Now, lots of different ways. We can hook up some irrigation systems. We can do some drips, and we can go over that too. There's also easy ways to fertilize as well, because we do that once a week at least. And but finding that right watering tool is number one. So if really find out, and this is our testing ground right here, finding out what works best for you. So it can be any of the watering tools that you have. So of course you don't want to be blasting the baskets at all. But what we do, so we found one. We already did this. We've done this a long time. So we found it, just a nice watering fixture. What is a Ray Padula watering wand is actually this one's a really neat one too, because this extends so you can go really high. But besides that, here's the key on watering is you have to time yourself. In the first few times you time yourself into an empty 5-gallon watering bucket. So what we do is we calculate how much time it takes to fill this up. To water it. But what happens is the next day it turns out to be a little warmer than we thought. So it goes a whole 12 or 24 hours without that needed water. Anytime a basket wilts, we're going to show stress down the road. So you're going to start seeing yellowing leaves. You're going to see not quite as much blooms. So first things first is just time yourself how long it takes to fill up a 5-gallon bucket. Once you have that time, now we've done this before, with this watering wand, it's going to take about 3 minutes. What did you figure out, Mr. Dave?
3 minutes, 20 seconds.
3 minutes, 20 seconds. It's that exact, by the way. So what we do is once we figure out that time, we just stay here 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So with this watering. Now, you notice, I don't have to water the entire foliage, and we don't have to water the entire basket. But so we actually really don't even want to get the blooms wet. It's not that big of a deal, but we just try to aim it right. I want to say aim it for the center. Although you'll find out that if you water in the same spot all the time, you're going to start wearing out a spot. So we sit now. So we'll sit here for 3.5 minutes. Not on this video, by the way, but what I want to show you is what happens to the bottom of the basket. Because now we've been watering the basket, we've got these 6 holes on the bottom, and you'll start seeing them. Leak out, right? Now, what happens during the middle of summer is this root ball actually shrinks up, and it shrinks up, and so when you start to water, you'll see watering coming out of the holes immediately, and it gives you the impression that, well, it's really we're doing a good job. But what we have to do is actually hydrate the entire basket so that the water's all the way inside. So this might be a false signal, in other words. So anyway, we're going to be watering this for 3.5 minutes. We certainly don't need to do this on the video, but just make sure that you know it's 5 gallons of water per day. So now on a smaller basket, by the way, on, say, our GC Estate basket, this one might be only 2 gallons of water per day. It's another thing that we just have to calculate. Anyway, that is what I wanted to tell you today. I know it seems simple, but really, if you get this watering right, it's about 90% of the way home. Your basket's going to rock just in that little, if you take that little helpful hint and run with it. So anyway, that's the show for the day. I hope it helps. If it doesn't, here is your quote for the day. Here is the test to find whether your mission on earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. Thank you very much. Oh, we don't have a name for the quote. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot whoever said that. Thank you very much. That's the show for the day. Always live your passion.
See me right out of the sunset.